Vacation gang, welcome back everybody. This is video number 6 for Arnold Holonet News. It has been a bonkers day, and we still got a few more things we gotta talk about. This episode of AHN on this beautiful November 12th, 2025 is gonna be the new Yoda and Chewie combo. Can I hear a little applause, baby? That's right. So the kit reveals were a little jumbled up a little bit in their whole post, but don't worry, we'll clarify some things again. Right before this video, I put out the big kit, Darth Vader's Dual Zen, which is an elite marquee that's technically supposed to be the final one released. However, in their kit reel, for some reason, they kind of mix things up. Yoda and Chewie, and the remaining one that we also got to talk about, Asajj Ventress, is going to be happening after Stormtrooper Luke and IG-90. Essentially, Yoda and Asajj are going to be our December characters, with Inquisitor Barriss and Darth Vader being for January. So just a little, I guess, quick clarification. But you know what? I don't really mind this formatting error because I didn't want to wait 2 more videos to finally get around to talk about Darth Vader's Dual Zen. Absolutely insane kit. Not going to lie, these aren't going to compare to that because that's supposed to be an elite unit. Still excited for this. A way to make the Wookiees better. And if you saw also earlier today, it looks like there's a new Clone Wars Chewie Lightspeed bundle for Relic 9. Who knows? Maybe you can use it in here. So here are some art assets that we see for Clone Wars Chewie, or I keep calling Clone Wars Chewie and Yoda. So many funny names. There's like Choda, Chewbacca, a lot of good stuff out there. And also in the data mines, we see early viewings of the animations in play, right? I think this is the one right here. Is this the one? Yeah, here, just really quick again, this is work in progress. This is data mine stuff, so might not have the polish and whatnot here. CX2 always loves being the testing dummy here. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go. Well, I don't know, what's gonna be the name? Chewbacca, Choda? There's too many good names I've been seeing floating around up here. Yeah, it looks like there was some stuff missing with that animation there, but it's all good. Can you do it again? There we go, a little delay there, and here we go. More magic hand stuff, and CX2 is gonna come and come out. Well, let me see a little bit more. Come on. And boom, just look at that little combo action. So it's funny, I thought this was just a complete joke. When we saw the Coliseum game mode teaser that Star Wars put out, we're like, well, okay, this isn't in a game, it's gotta be like a nothing. And then it's like, no, it's an actual playable character. So really excited to talk more about this one too, because here's the thing about the Wookiees. Tarful was pretty artful. It was definitely out of all, I mean, well, it was actually, it depends what you were looking at, but you know, back then, you know, it was like either Saw or Tarful were the worst ones. Obviously, Saw is a lot better now with Luthen, so times have changed. But Tarful is pretty much the last one out of the Jedi Cal characters that were like requirements that pretty mid, lackluster. Mid's probably even stretching it. Not very useful. Well, now things got a bit more interesting with Yoda and Chewie, a light support, Galactic Republic Jedi, and Wookiee. Yoda and Chewie will be ferociously releasing third in the era of Anniversary. We took heavy inspiration from the iconic scene in Battle of Kashyyyk in Revenge of the Sith, where we get to see the bond between Yoda and Chewbacca as Chewie helps Yoda escape Kashyyyk after Order 66 has been declared. We had fun with all the names and the abilities in Yoda and Chewie's kit, combining distinctive features from both characters, fur and force. We coined the term the Force and replaced famous quotes with this new word. We hope you enjoy the names as much as we do. And after the era ends, Yoda and Chewie's squad vision will be to serve as a lift for Tarful's Wookiee squad. Yoda and Chewie will have synergy with any Wookiee, but works best with Tarful lead, Zalbar, Clone Wars Chewbacca, and veteran smuggler Chewbacca. So I got a couple questions about that. First off, Zalbar's got an Omicron, and I enjoy using him with, well, the Old Republic stuff. So, we'll have to wait and see about that. I mean, to get Tarful to be the best he could be, you had to use things like the legendary Chewbacca, 3PO and Chewie. Basically, it was like a Commander Luke Skywalker team. In essence, a more durable version of Commander Luke Skywalker. But hey, they said Clone Wars Chewie, so you know what? If you had $5 to burn, maybe that Relic 9 Clone Wars Chewie Lightspeed might not be a complete joke. So this is going to be on December 16th, so next month. So again, all the kits were jumbled up, but this is what we're going to have coming in December. And now, basic ability. Made the first be with you. Okay, all right. I'll give you a yeet on that one. This is gonna be good. I can tell already. Deals special damage to target enemy 3 times, and Yoda and Chewie gain speed up for 1 turn. Seems pretty simple, but hear them out. Design notes. In each of Yoda and Chewie's abilities, we wanted to combine elements that feel like they are coming from both Yoda and Chewie individually, combined in one cohesive ability. Damaging 3 times, for example, demonstrates the power that Chewbacca is with his bowcaster, and the speed up thematically appropriate buff from a Jedi like Yoda to make Yoda and Chewie faster, to deliver more support to their Wookiee allies. This has got to be one of the funniest characters they've added into the game, but I'm all for it. I appreciate unserious things sometimes. Like, yes, don't get me wrong, Darth Vader duels end. Yeah, that's what we live and breathe, stars. But sometimes it's nice having these really funny, stupid combos like this. And let's go to special one. One with the first. All Wookiee allies recover 20% health and protection and gain foresight for 2 turns. So you can see already the combination of Yoda and Chewie there. And if Tarful was the ally in the leader slot at the start of the battle, all Wookiee support allies gain frenzy for 1 turn. Oh, that's nice. Which can't be copied or dispelled. Okay. I'm already seeing how this could be nice, because oftentimes the Wookiees, I just feel like you're just sitting there, you're tanking hits. So it's like, all right, guys, we got to do something. All right, let's get involved. That's going to help out a ton. We wanted this ability that is really simple, but effective, that really packs a punch. Yoda providing the support like recovery and foresight in true Jedi fashion, and Chewbacca granting the frenzy to support Wookiees to get in more turns to get the upper hand in battle. Because that's the thing, like they're trying to ramp up, get in battle, but it's like if you're just sitting there, it's like, okay, well, it's like one of the biggest problems was OG Bad Batch was really, especially when OG Bad Batch was kind of in the forefront of the meta, they would just roll them over, right? You buff the spell days, you're done. Well, you can't even buff the spell to frenzy off it, so keep that in mind. So let's get moving on. Here's what we have next. We should probably read this. Who are all the current Wookiee support characters that will take advantage of the latter half of this ability? Yoda and Chewie, of course, and Tarful are currently the 2 Wookiees that will be getting frenzy via this ability. Especially Tarful, he needs to be getting in there, needs to be doing stuff. Special ability 2, the First Awakens. Gosh, I shouldn't like this as much, but I am. Dispel all buffs and all enemies and deal special damage to them and distract target enemy for 1 turn. Obviously, 3PO and Chewie, as well as Legendary Chewie, have buffed the spells of sorts, so nice that we're getting that here. If Tarful is the ally in the leader slot, at the start of battle, Yoda and Chewie assist, dealing 55% less damage, and all Wookiee allies gain advantage for 2 turns. So you're always going to be calling him assist and going back to that basic ability that we have here. You're going to hit 3 times. So kind of getting like that FedEx Shan, IG, what's the Forlom type of capabilities, Iden Verso, and you're going to get speed up. So you're going to be getting a lot of play action with these guys here. Let's keep, where the heck did I leave off here? Yes. So notes. Distract is a new debuff. I mean, we already kind of saw it. Distract the target enemy. Yeah, we saw this with Stormtrooper Luke, was it, right? Earlier today. Boy, so many kids, so many words being read today. Distract is a new debuff being introduced. Yeah, here we go. Stormtrooper Luke, it felt fun and thematic here. Plus, an AoE with an assist call attached is always fun, right? Chewie's always like to assist, right? Whether 3PO and Chewie, Legendary Chewie. So it's nice. I love the combos that they're doing here. What does Distract do again? Can't gain bonus turn. So think of it's not quite shock, it's not quite daze, it's just stopping bonus terminator. That's it. And then now, unique ability number 1. The First is my ally. At the start of the encounter, Wookiee allies gain foresight for 2 turns. All right, that's a good start, but we need more. If all allies are Wookiees at the start of battle, Yoda and Chewie gain Master's Training until the end of the battle. That's Hermit Yoda ability, right? And then whenever an enemy attacks an ally on a turn, that ally gains 5%. So this is very helpful. So let's say someone's trying to run an Imperial Trooper train on you. Commander Luke Skywalker, a lot of multi-hits, attacking on a turn. Your team is going to be getting turn meter. Then whenever an ally gains foresight, which is right at the very beginning, they gain 10% off and stack it to a maximum of 100% until the end of the battle once per turn, and 5% turn meter whenever foresight expires on an ally. Inflict a stack of off balance, an improved version of expose, right? On a random enemy who didn't already have it for 1 turn. And then while in Grand Arenas, I'm noticing a heavy bias with these Omicrons. They've been very Grand Arena oriented, right? We've had so far 1 territory war out of, what is this, kit reveal number 5 for it today? So, but that one made sense for Doctor. But again, if you think territory is better than Grand Arena, I think CG's even acknowledged that they know the Grand Arena characters are probably a lot more enjoyable for people. So anywho's, while in Grand Arenas, if there are no Galactic Legend enemies, doesn't say you can't have Galactic Legend allies. I mean, I don't know if you'd really use this for like Jedi Master Luke, but anyways, Wookiee allies gain 25 speed and 40% critical damage. That's essentially like another leader ability on top of Tarful. And if all allies are Wookiees, now the deal has been altered. Instead of Yoda and Chewie gaining Master's Training, everybody is getting Master's Training till the end of the battle. Maybe we should bring it up. Can you bring it up again just so we can jog our memory a little bit again? We are bringing up so much, man. This has been, even though I don't know how I feel about reading like all these kits in one day, I kind of like having things to look forward to every couple weeks. It's been such a blast looking through all these characters' kits. So let's go ahead. Master's Training. 25% double down Jedi, which is going to double for Yoda and Chewie. 25% accuracy, defense, offense, potency, and tenacity can't be dispelled or prevented. So just to remind us, especially on the Wookiees, that's going to mean a lot there. So all allies get Master's training at the end of the battle, until the end of the battle. Whenever an ally attacks out of turn, they inflict the target with the stack of damage over time. Well, we're going to be attacking out of turn a lot with this. Whenever an ally gains foresight, they also gain retribution for 2 turns. And whenever foresight expires, you remove 5% turn meter from all enemies. And the first time each ally defeats an enemy, inflict all enemies with fear. I mean, this makes sense. If you see a herd of Wookiees coming and they're tearing your team apart, I would be scared out of my mind too. And all allies gain foresight for 1 turn again. Going back to what we talked about earlier, when you get foresight, you get a bunch of good stuff, such as the retribution here. And at the start of each of Yoda and Chewbacca's turns, inflict all enemies that are vulnerable for 1 turn. Nice. Making sure we're maximizing our damage output. Whenever Yoda and Chewie use this special ability, while they have force, they trigger all stacks of damage over time. They've been really playing around with this thing. We saw this with IG-90, and I said that, Wat Tambor is kind of like that. Now we have that here. And keep moving along. We're not done yet. Hold on. They trigger all damage over time and inflict disarm on the target enemy for 2 turns. So we have another way of getting disarm. However, it's specifically for Grand Race. So it's not like you can use it in Conquest if you're trying to farm disarm, which it shows its head up once in a while. So you disarm the target enemy for 2 turns or until Yoda and Chewie are defeated and remove it from all enemies, which can't be copied, dispelled, or evaded. Holy cow, let's read the design notes. While the Omicron is quite long, the meat and potatoes of their unique is very simple but effective. We want to utilize mechanics that other existing Yodas have in SWGoH, like Master's Training, Foresight to create a true Yoda feeling in Yoda and Chewie, while also allowing Wookiees to get the offensive power they deserve by scaling their offensive foresight. Very similar to how Tarful has scaling offense and defense. I know it's all just numbers, it's all kind of a figment of our imagination, but the one thing that Wookiees had going on here, let's bring this up just one more time here. Bring up the Wookiees here. I know we kind of it's been a faction that's largely neglected. It's just sort of if you happen to have leftovers that need help and you have Tarful because you got Jedi and Cal, cool. But remember, there's a lot of neat stuff. Do I even have, what was this? The territory wars? Okay. Yeah, look at this. Remember, at the start of the battle, all Wookiee allies tanks taunt for 1 turn. All allies gain 20% defense and max health, double for Wookiee allies. Add that with all the other stuff we just read. Insane. Whenever Wookiee ally taunts, all Wookiee allies getting more defense stacking. Whenever taunt expires, you recover 25% health. At the start of each ally Wookiee's turn, they gain offense equal to 200% of their defense until the end of their turn. And you can see how Master's Training, all this stuff is going to be amazing. And of course, to wrap it up, at the start of battle, if there are no Glide enemies, whenever an allied Wookiee is critically hit, they reflect 50% of the damage dealt back onto the attacker. So I know it's been a while. You can tell I don't really put a lot of my Tarful on. We don't really use them all that much. But keep in mind, we also got nice speed gains here. He's got turn meter, and now the Frenzy is going to help him out so much more. I'm really looking forward to this thing. And remember this too, whenever an enemy attacks at a turn, all allies gain 25 speed attack, stack him to a max of 500. So, you know, we got a lot of cool stuff going on. A lot of ways to get the speed, turn meter pumping in the veins. This for me, oh man, so far, I might need to rank all these after we're done here. Definitely not as good as Darth Vader. I think IG-90 might be my second favorite so far. This might be third on my list of my favorite kits, although Inquisitor Barris looks all right. But this one, I'm looking forward to it, but we have one more to go. Holy cow. All right, people, can you make it to one more AHN episode later on today? Whew. We got to chat about how Boba Fett's Sign of Django is going to be getting a little bit of love, something that I've been asking for a long time. That's it for this episode of Arnold Holonet News, the only news you'll ever need because you have no other choice. Stay tuned. I know you guys aren't getting any more notifications today from YouTube, but I appreciate you guys stepping by to see this next kit. And until we talk one more time today, always remember, it's great to be in the Empire.